What's up everyone, I'm that local brother. In this video, I would like to take some time to talk about a passion project that I recently started. You see, for a while now, Trainz has only really had one publicly available model of the Pennsylvania Railroad S1, and that model was made in 2004. That is why I have decided to work on making a brand new model of the S1 that can be used in Trainz. I will be using Blender in order to make this model. But anyway, that's all I want to say for the intro. Let's start by talking about why I chose the Pennsylvania Railroad S1. There are quite a few reasons why I wanted to make a model of the S1. The first reason is because the only model of the S1 that is publicly available for Trainz is one that was made in 2004. And back then, it was considered to be a greatly detailed model. But now, it just doesn't hold up as well. The original model of the S1, which you can see I'm using right now, was made back in 2004 by a user named Mr. Trainz. This means that this model is about 3 years older than I am. And although it is a very iconic and recognizable model within the Trainz community, it just isn't as revolutionary now as it was then. Before we continue, I'd like to make it very clear that I have no intention of belittling this model or Mr. Trainz at all. If anything, this model that I'm making is meant to be a tribute to him. There is a quote that goes, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness." However, I have no intention of imitating or copying Mr. Trainz's version of the S1 whatsoever. In fact, I'd like to say that this model of the S1 that I'm working on is being made almost entirely from scratch. But while the model itself will be made almost entirely from scratch, I'd like to mention that I may use a few other dependencies from other Trainz creators so long as they give me permission to. But that will be discussed much later because I'm not even close to done with the model yet. But now I'm gonna wrap up and talk about why I mentioned this project. You see, I'm not an expert at 3D modeling by any means, so I've been struggling quite a bit with making the model. With that being said, I wanted to reach out through this video to anyone who might be interested in collaborating with me on this model. Unfortunately, I do not have anywhere near enough money to pay a professional to make this model for me, otherwise I would have by now. That is why I'm reaching out looking for someone to collaborate with on this project. Now I know some of you may be thinking, "Brother, how would this benefit me if you're not able to pay me any money for collaborating with you?" Here is my answer. 1. If the model is of Trainz 2019 level quality, not only will you receive a majority of the credit for helping contribute to this model, but you will also receive a majority of the ownership of the model. 2. If the model is of adequate quality, you will be the very first to test it. Last but not least, I will be sure to credit you in whatever way I can, as much as I can, whenever I do use the model for a YouTube video. My one request is that you have to have at least a good level of skill in 3D modeling using Blender, especially for Trainz. I'm not looking for S-tier quality skills whatsoever, but I am looking for at least B-tier. But before I go, I would like to briefly show the progress I have made on this model. Take care, everyone.